Whether you're trying to get into the studio or you're just recording yourself at home, it's always going to be really important to have a good idea of what it really takes to make a record. What I tend to see in a lot of my sessions is when we have newer artists, they're not really familiar with the entire process. And it always helps to understand each of the different stages and all of the different things that are going to be happening when we make a record in order to better convey what you're looking for and convey the product that you want to attain. It's always helpful for an artist to be able to appropriately communicate these things. And in order to communicate these things, you have to learn some of these things. So, learning about the basics of recording and the different types of microphones that can be used will help you to tell your engineer, hey, I'm might sound a little bit better on this microphone instead of that microphone. Or maybe you're hearing something weird in your headphones. So instead of saying, oh, my headphones sound weird, you can say things like, oh, there's a little too much low end. All of these little things that you can learn will get you to a better final product, and they'll help you get there a bit more efficiently. Some of the skills that artists can learn to get a better recording and have a better recording session include understanding the setup and understanding how recording works, and understand a little bit about the troubleshooting process as well. When we're talking about troubleshooting, we're basically knowing that there's going to be problems within our sessions, and we have to learn how to figure them out. In a lot of situations, if you're just an artist and not the engineer or just the recording engineer, then the artist is going to have to be waiting around until the engineer solves those problems. It's very important as an artist to understand that most of these issues are not going to be the engineer's fault, and sometimes gear just doesn't work or it acts funny. So try to be patient with them. If you know that they're going to be troubleshooting something for a while, take a second to step out of the booth or walk out of the studio and, grab a glass of water or take a smoke or whatever it is you do to relax in your time. So just be patient through the troubleshooting process, because sometimes it can take a while and you don't want it to derail your entire recording session. Another thing that's really helpful to having a very successful recording session is to make sure that you're prepared for whatever session you go to. Again, even if you're just recording yourself at home, there's things that you can do to prepare yourself to be ready for that recording. Some of these things that you can do would include practicing the song, really get it down pat. You don't want to necessarily be working on the song while you're in the studio paying for that time. And the more and more you practice it, the less and less you'll have to worry about your performance and the less you'll have to worry about your takes. Just remember that the most important thing to a successful recording is not having the best gear or having the most pristine recording. The most important thing is always, always the best performance. A good performance will outweigh a good recording with a bad performance any day of the week. Now that we understand why having some of these skills is so important, let's talk about the stages of the record making process.